season between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Detroit Lions.
Do all that shit.
Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week, and we are underway from Ford Field. On the end zone, here comes Williams. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee. Maybe a young...
Nah. Damo, you practicing enough. Damo. You practicing.
The 24.
You know what I enjoy? I enjoy when I'm my age now myself.
And Goff going to look to throw right away. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
It's a gain of 18.
They'll fake the give. Now Goff. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. All that for a 2-yard gain, second down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you get a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
They'll run for the first time with DeAndre Swift. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. From the 50, it's gone. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there, because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Here we go on fourth. Goff. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And they'll take this to the 46.
Number 26.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They go play action with Hurts. Firing quickly here. And a loose football.
No!
This is scooped up by the Lions. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Goff a handoff here to Swift. And he's going to take this close to the 1st down marker as he's stopped at the Eagles' 39. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. And Swift is not going to get there as they stop him short of the yellow line. Calling no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a 1st down.
Well, we got beef eaters licking their chops and tasty dish in one fell swoop.
I did apologize in advance, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. That line's not eating tofu, I'll tell you that much for free. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. On 1st and 10, Goff. That's once again complete to Chark. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
4 yards on the pickup.
From the 27, Goff. And it'll be intercepted. And the Eagles are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. Well, your first drive of the first quarter, you get it down there, trying to fire it in the end zone, and big-time deflation on that play.
No doubt about it. They're moving and grooving and getting into position, and this is not the ending that they saw on this drive, is it? They had things going their way.
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they're able to get this one across the 35. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, this shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Right back to Sanders on 1st down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. And they'll send the slot in motion left. On 2nd and 11 now. Hurts. This time for Smith.
I didn't wait. I did not wait.
That was my fault. I got and the Lions are going to take possession of the football. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. To throw is gone. It's caught. Mitchell. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. A first red zone opportunity of the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10. Now we'll give up the middle to Williams. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They go back to the ground, this time Swift. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
Quick toss by Goff is complete. And in for the Lions touchdown. Jamison Williams His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Lions take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Michael Badgley on for the extra point. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Throwing on 2nd and long. Hurts. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Throws out left. It's caught by Williams. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 24-yard line.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. Sliding out of the pocket. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. That sack courtesy of the effort of Haason Reddick.
It's been quite the impressive career resurgence for Haason Reddick. Focusing now more on rushing the passer, the linebacker's 23.5 sacks in his last 2 seasons.
So now following the sack, Goff and the Lions needing to come up with something here on 3rd and long. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end, and this will remain a 1-touchdown game.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
They start on the ground here at Sanders. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it.
How? Why are you throwing the ball like that?
The 20.
Jalen Hurts is dead.
And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown.
That's the thing, 4 yards down the field.
Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the 6.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Play action. Here's Hurts. Airing it out deep for Smith. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of the tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
Throwing his Hurts. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The defense looked geared up to stop the run, but obviously, Charles, they were ready for the pass, too. Yeah, they were hoping they could catch everyone crashing and playing the run, but that was a very ill-advised throw right there. The opportunity, lost. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Now the question, what do you do here? Time not really an issue. You got over a minute, but you figure from this spot you need a good 50, 60 yards to even consider a field goal try. Yeah, so there's optimism there, but there's also a little bit of restraint, right? You got to make sure you don't take a sack here, don't end up in the end zone, ball gets stripped. You could give up 2 points in that occasion, or maybe even 6 if you can't get on it and recover it yourself. So make sure you protect the guy throwing the football if indeed that's the plan of attack. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Now it's gone. He's airing it out for Williams. And got his man complete. 30. 10. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamison Williams making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Lions are looking good here in the season openers. They're able to extend their lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. Now a crease here as he's past the... Now a hit and a loose football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. Well, it was looking like they were going to have the ball in good field position, but now with that fumble, They don't have the football at all.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to imagine what he was thinking there, though, right? I can take this one, break it, go for a big one right here. But you and I both know, always protect the football is the number one.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Going deep here for Watkins. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. Aiden Hutchinson. That is one that he will remember. His first career sack in his first career game in the National Football League. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone.
The Eagles take over first and 10. They're on 17-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Yeah, that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. He's going deep for Brown. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And the Lions will take over here just shy of the 30.
Well, I think everyone who's watching was certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, weren't we? But it was a downright miserable first half. This carried over with an interception to begin the second half. That's a defeated offense right there, and there's still a lot of game left. I don't think that's the last turnover we're going to see today, partner.
A quick throw there out to Williams. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
That's a gain of 5.
Off play action. Here's Goff. They'll roll him, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Hassan Reddick in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day. Here comes the Lions punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. Fielded just inside the 20. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over first and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, and it winds up falling incomplete.
And I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with, some easy throws, some completions. He's not even to 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. And this is going to be incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's always been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one, not to have another turnover on his ledger.
They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now a play fake, and it's gone. Rolling to his right. That'll be caught. It's St. Brown. Touchdown, Detroit.
Well, Charles, no matter what the prognosticators say before the season, whether they think you're going to be good, bad, or somewhere in the middle, you never quite know how week 1 is going to play out. But for them, it has been an impressive performance, and they are well on their way to a 1-0 start.
Yeah, it's a lot like opening up presents, isn't it, partner? You're not quite sure what's inside, but you're hopeful, right? In this case, exactly what they were looking for, exactly what they need.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
This is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD. And if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
Here's Hurts to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss.
I know nowadays they give a lot of guys different things when they get to the sidelines after creating a big play, but just throw a cape on this guy because he single-handedly ended multiple drives. Interception earlier, sack on 3rd down. Really? Should have a better game plan installed for how to contain him because he's affecting this game in so many ways.
7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but
We know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
We'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. Touchdown pickup of 8.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Here's Goff. Over the middle, hauled in by Shark. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
That's good for the Lions.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Williams. Down to about the 22 here. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
From the red zone now, Goff. Throw left side complete. That's right. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. They run out of the gun with Swift. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line.
Damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And the ball is knocked out.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Very fortunate to get another shot. Here's 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Goff. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of...
And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Eagles force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10.
What a stand there defensively. They force the 3rd and goal, force them into what they think will be a passing situation, and then they make sure to lock up all the receivers and come away with the interception. Sounds simple, but that was really well done.
On first down, Hurts. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
First down, Eagles.
Hurts. It's caught by Sanders. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 26. They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. 6 yards left on 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 7.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And once again, this is Sanders.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 18 yards that time to push him up 1st and goal.
A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play. Leads to 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
Now receiver in motion left.
Once again with Sanders.
And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Miles Sanders, a 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Eagles are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. It's up and good, and it makes it 27-7 now.
Makes the score Lions 27, Eagles 7.
So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Now Williams running left. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
Makes it 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
They'll fake the give. Now Goff. Staying on his feet. Eluding the pressure right. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line.
The CD always a little extra excitement for week 1.
I fucked up.